lesson is on the bald eagle, and we're going to do it very quickly. And if you need to see it again, you can. The best thing to do is to watch the lesson first, and then go ahead and watch it again as you draw with me. The first step to do is to find the center of your page, measure side to side, find the middle, and at that middle we're going to drop down about 3 fingers, and I'm going to put a tiny dot, and then I'm going to make the dot into a little circle. Around that dot, I'm going to draw as very close as I can to that circle, and I'm going to make another circle around it so that it looks like a donut. This becomes the eagle's iris, which is the donut part, and in the center is his pupil. From there, I'm going to make a horizontal line on the top, horizontal line on the bottom. And I'm going to drop down like I'm drawing a slide, and then connect the two. The bottom line goes up to meet the top. And that forms our eagle eye. In the front of the eye, I'm going to draw number 1. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line out, very short, and then I'm going to curve it down. Now don't go down too far because this is forming our beak. Then I'm going to do another horizontal line, but I'm going to stop before the end, and I'm going to curve it so that it meets. But I'm leaving the tip. Don't bring it down to touch the tip. This actually forms the hook of the beak. Next step, a horizontal line above the eye. This will determine how high the head is. Then I'm just going to connect the two. Another horizontal line down, and I'm going to the right horizontally, and then I'm going to come, or diagonally, and then I'm going to come horizontally to the beak, not touching this hook. This hook actually forms the point of the beak, and this is where he pulls and tears meat from. He's a bird of prey, so he has a hooked beak here. The next step is we're going to finish forming the head. I'm going to come down a little bit diagonal, and I'm going to come down and around to form this side. Now I'm going to make lots of W's or V's to create the bald head, the white feathers. So I'm going to go letter V, I could do W's, up and down, up and down, up and down until I meet the other side. So now I have the eagle head, and I'm going to go ahead and make his body. I'm going to determine the 2 sides, down, down, how wide I want my body, and then I'm going to U him off. Just put a little U to curve him off. This eagle's sitting in a nest, so I'm not going to draw the legs or anything. I'm going to go ahead and make his wings now, which is like a letter N and an N on the other side. Notice it's just past the white head of the eagle, a little bit past it, and it's just a curve just like you drew a letter N. Just don't put the post of your letter N here. The bottom, I'm going to measure up, draw the letter V, draw the letter V, and I'm just going to connect the two. Connect, connect. My next step is to go ahead, now that I've completed the body of the eagle, I can add some feather textures in here, just kind of light curved lines, never straight in a row like this. That's too artificial. A feather is a curve, just a curve, and you can do several of them grouping, never all in the same row. You don't want curve, 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 curve. You just want to vary it to fill in some texture. If you want to put long wing feathers here, you can. Some U's you can use as feather texture, whatever you'd like. Once you've done the eagle, you can go ahead and make his nest. Now, real eagles' nests, and I'm just putting in some lines like this to make it look like branches, and I'll move it up a little bit so you can see down in here. And they're just filled with tons and tons, literally tons, some of them are 2 tons, of sticks, debris, pine needles, moss, and they're usually made on a large tree. So I'm going to give a branch on one side. When you view this, if you look on an eagle cam, you'll see eagles. Now when I do my tree, I'm going to branch out like the letter Y. When you look at eagle cams, you're going to see it really shows a lot of detail on the nest. And right now, if you look on the eagle cams, you may be able to find some little eagles being raised by their moms and dads. So eagle cams are great sources of live viewing of eagles. And if you look on the internet, you'll see there's lots of eagle cams all over the country. And that's about it. This is some moss in here, and you can add trees. A lot of times they're in old pine trees. So if you want to do some pine needles here, Eagles will build their nests in the biggest, hugest trees, really tall trees and old trees. So there's some of those look like longleaf pines right there. And you can continue just filling in and decorate it the way you want. You can use markers, crayons, paint, oil pastels, and finish it off. And that's our eagle.